What is up, my BBossBaddies and my Bama fellas? It is your girl Bosana and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by title, yes, I'm going to be talking about when you go ahead and reject her, she will start caring, chasing, and you can say both, but it will really ultimately lead to her chasing. And it's because sometimes when women get rejected, they actually don't always chase you because they might want you now and things like that. That could be a possibility, but honestly other times it's just so she doesn't get rejected this other time. So it's kind of to prove the point of, well, you might have rejected me the first time, but you won't reject me. So they kind of come back, or accept you, or, chase you for the simple fact of getting that satisfaction, just that satisfaction, but it might not actually lead to anything else. Okay, but I do have some positive things, okay, you guys, so make sure you keep watching. And last thing I just want to say to you guys is that if you want rejection videos, why women do this with rejection, if you have any questions, let me know. And if you want another video like this, let me know. Okay, give this video a big thumbs up. And the first thing I want to say, you guys, is women cannot handle rejection. So listen, when they go ahead and get rejected, how do they act? They act like no, or how could you, or they're just gonna be upset about it. When it's you men, a lot of you guys unfortunately are so used to it, right? With modern day women, they are rejecting left and right. So now that we have that with a lot of you fellas, unfortunately you guys are so used to rejection that when you do get rejected, it's kind of nothing at this point. But for women, most of the time, most of these women, they will never get used to it. They can't. And that's simply because they never have to. You have to treat it like women are like kids, right? And I say it like this because think about it like this. When a woman wants something, she's gonna get it. If she gets the no, she's gonna act like a spoiled brat. That's how it's acting, or that's how it is nowadays, let's say. And because of that right there, you see how women are basically saying no, 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 rejecting more men because more men are saying no to them, but they're still spoiled brats. And they truly believe, and most times, honestly, there will be a man that will actually do the bad thing that she shouldn't be getting. Maybe she might be using or just wants money or something like that. And so back to this children thing. You have to understand that if women can't handle rejection because they're so not used to it, obviously the emotional aspect is going to play a big part, how they're emotional by nature. Even if they want to act tough, it's going to get triggered. It's going to get channeled. It's going to get touched when that certain man or that certain rejection hits her. Okay, but now back to this whole treating her like a child. I really want you guys to get the concept of women act like children. And so when you treat them like a child, that's when they really get bothered. But that's how they have to be treated. And that's why I say sometimes they really do need to be put in their place. And so for you fellas, please, dealing with women, if they're gonna cry and act like a brat or say I must have it, or she acts like she does or she's entitled to it, then you have to treat her like a child in a sense of, okay, well, I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm gonna say no next time. So you see, that never happens though, because a lot of fellas get afraid now. Afraid to lose the woman. Oh, I'll never get another woman like her. There's nothing like her. Or it's been so much years. I put so much time in it. You're going to end up putting more for what? Let's dismiss everything that you've done, fellas. Don't let that be the attachment that lets you hang on to this woman to say, I can't reject her. I can't say no. No, no, no. That's the reason why women don't come after you guys. Don't chase you guys. You guys won't have a girl behind you simply because of the fact that you never knew how to say no. A lot of you fellas are yes men out here. And women, yes men, you will simply turn into a useful man for her easily. And so now, back to the children thing. I'm only coming back to it one last time so you guys really get this. I do have another point I want to touch on. So now listen. When you say no, she's never going to expect it. She never hears it, right? You being that fella that says no, shocker, exciting, surprising. What? Okay, really? That's going to happen. But here's the thing that a lot of fellas kind of slack off on. You treat her as she's acting like a child. Now you're saying no. Now you want her to act right. Now she has to play her part. Let's say she's not even acting like a child. She could be the grown woman. She could be the complete opposite. But, she still wants things her way. Either way, she's just the one that's giving you rejection or not chasing you. Now, let's say when you start doing it, and she's surprised, and now it's like, okay, well, I never thought that was that's gonna happen from her end. You guys have to follow on. Now move on to no contact. If no contact is not that serious, or you don't really need to do it, right, go days without speaking to her, having any communication, there's things that you can just do, ignoring for a short period of time. There's a lot of things on my channels. You guys can check it out, or just figure out based on the situation, how long or how should you reject her, or what you should do afterwards. So now let's say this. If you go ahead, reject her, follow through with not speaking to her, right? And I say not speaking to her, no communication, right? You're doing something that has to follow through. You're not, after rejecting her, saying, well, let me hit her up right after, or let me show interest. That's what girls are also expecting you to do. That's another reason why they never chase after you guys or want you guys, because they don't have to even do that part. They know eventually, and it's going to be normally soon, maybe 5 minutes after that, you guys will forgive this woman. All she has to do is take off those pants. Matter of fact, panties. You know, kitty is power. Fellas, this is not, you know, things that we should not be acting like it's not out here. You know, a pretty face, a girl that can open her legs, even, you know, whatever. Just being a woman nowadays, it's easier. And it's facts. It is. I said it. Oh, well. Okay, next thing that I want to touch up on, let me say, is that they are going to be set up for their emotions. Now, this part, I think I might save more of like the detail. Well, I'm going to say the details, but like I might just do a second part of it, because I feel like this can be a whole entire video. Emotions is a whole topic in its own with women, because that's women. Women act like that's not part of them. Like by nature, it's in you. They act like it by their actions, acting masculine. But when you go ahead and do the rejection, and then it has her following with the, of course, chasing you, what is happening is that you set her up for her emotions. Like I explained throughout this video, that women don't have to deal with rejection. So most times, you know, it's going to be a yes, 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 yes. And so that means they're not prepared. Obviously, if you're not prepared for something, just generally speaking, just for any human being, you're not going to be ready. So for a woman, she's not going to be ready. But now, and this is where you fellas, this is where you have to understand you have advantages. You have advantages. You just have to know how to use it. And so this is where you guys step in, and you don't have to worry about your emotions. If you don't move like these females out here that move based on their emotions, how they feel, right? You know how girls are, right? Oh, well, she doesn't feel a way, but why is she acting like she's feeling a way? Or, you know, it's just like wishy-washy, cold, hot. How do you feel? Maybe so, yes, no, you get it? So when we have that, fellas, y'all should not be having those type of issues, showing those type of signs, because y'all don't have that, you know, by nature kind of. You know, you guys have more strength when it comes to your emotions to hold it together. Remember that you are a masculine man. And this is the part where you guys might have, throughout the process where you wanted her to care for you, you wanted her to chase, where she didn't, because you showed some signs of simpness. You might have is simpness a word? I don't even know. But you might have showed a nice guy, of course, as well. You know that some of the nice guy traits, you could be a nice guy, but some of the traits that come with it falls into a simp category easily. You're simping for the wrong girl, boom. You're just simping, boom. It goes left. But here's the good thing. Sorry if I scared a little bit of you guys. The good thing that happens after you go ahead and set up her emotions, you have nothing to worry about. So when you go into this, making sure that you reject her is all you have to do. And just saying no is so difficult for a lot of you fellas, or saying that I don't want to go on a date or something. Like, it's so difficult for a lot of you fellas. So first you got to make it easier for you. Boom. If that's solved, which should not be that difficult, just get rid of those emotions that I was just explaining, right? And that's the barrier right there that stops a lot of fellas. So once you got rid of that barrier, your emotions as a man, masculine man that holds his feeling together, you got it in check. Oh man, what's gonna happen with this woman? You rejected her. Okay, she might try to play cool like it doesn't bother her, or you know what, fine, it's okay. She could do that, but it's the going on, the rejecting her and then keeping the silence going. So rejection off the bat, you have to remember, it's a strong thing. I'm not sticking onto it's a strong thing. Just getting rejected for anybody, it makes you feel some type of way, like, oh, okay, you know, you could get upset, or you can cry, you could get mad, but it'll still make you feel some type of way. So just in general, we just know that if you're gonna reject a woman, especially their emotions in tune now, it's gonna play something's gonna happen to her. And so when you follow through with, maybe it's just some hours, maybe you never, went so many hours without speaking to her. If it's that type of rejection she's feeling, which could be ignoring, that might be a feel that she feels like, oh, I'm not getting attention, right? Those are the things that happens. Feelings like this erupt when you reject her. These are the feelings that they never feel, though, when you guys always say yes, or I want you, you're always there, being there, always available, all those things. Right? So now we have a woman in a situation that she never expected, doesn't want to be in. And then on top of that, you're putting her through it. You're not only just putting her right then and there, you're putting it through it. And then her emotions are exposed. And this is the best part, fellas. This is how you get her emotions out. Don't forget, I'm going to talk about this more so in a different video. But look, I just explained in this whole entire video the emotion parts of women, how they do have it, how they act like they're masculine. So because you set her up, they didn't even see it coming. Now you'll have a girl break down and cry before you know it. It's not to make her break down and cry, but a lot of girls, what happens, fellas, is that they completely ignore the signs, the feelings of you being that type of guy that's gonna be, how can I say this? They kind of ignore their feelings ever being hurt. Let me say it like that. So let's say it like this. Make it clear for you guys. Women, they'll never prepare themselves ever for rejection because they don't think they'll ever have to face rejection. You get that? You fellas, you face it. You probably have. If you have it, it happens. It's normal for fellas. So for women being like this is how it is in today's society with women. What's gonna honestly happen is that their feelings are somehow gonna get attacked, and it's gonna be when that one guy rejects her, or it could be that alpha guy she's been chasing or wants, or that high value man that maybe wants her ends up hurting her, or maybe gets in her feelings, right? Eventually it'll get to that point where her emotions are gonna have to come out, because women have it already in them, but they don't bring it out. Y'all, I've been telling you guys that with women, they will do it for the man that they want to do it for, and they won't do it for the man that they don't want to. And it's as simple as that. If you think she's doing it now because, oh, you're just, no, it's not you. Yes, it's you that she wants now because you're doing better, but it's not your personality. It's not you. It's not your charisma. It's not what you really got inside that really matters. No, it's none of that. And so that's the importance of it at the end of the day, that rejection, even if you want to do all these things, these strategies that I tell you guys to help you guys, maybe sometimes good results that are really, really positive come out of it. Like, if you want to do that, cool. That's on you. I'm here to help in that form, in that way. But I just want to go ahead and say to you guys that it's really important for you to do those things because it's your choice, because the results are for you. Not that, okay, it's going to make me sleep at night because, oh, I did this and it's just comforting. No, it's not that. So I'm saying that those decisions that you guys keep making, such as I want to play these mind games with her, or entertaining her BS, or sticking around, or just, being nice, just that as well. All those things, that's a waste of your time, fellas. This is your time to go ahead and take that and use it to your advantage at this point. All the time you already wasted, and it is wasted time, because eventually a lot of you fellas realize anyways that it wasn't even worth your time. So eventually, if you want that eventually to be later, then go ahead, keep messing with these girls and do the rejection and stuff. But I'm just trying to say, rejection is not always a bad thing to do, but it's only worth it if it's really for that girl that's like that girl, in a sense of like, okay, there's a real reason behind it. I hear stories, I've seen comments, but I just feel like rejection at the end of the day, like, if you have to go through having to do that, there might be a reason why that it shouldn't even be you and that person. And then even if you get her, and this is how we'll close out, but this is how I was saying it in the beginning of the video, how I was starting talking about how, fellas, with women, when they reject you guys, it happens all the time, right? But for you guys, you have to make sure you never just go and reject a woman because you just want to do it to make her be with you afterwards. The whole idea is to make sure that, yes, she's going to get the feelings. Yeah, you're going to get it to work. That matters. Absolutely. But what doesn't matter, fellas? What does not matter is her coming back and not actually wanting you. Yes, you might get the chase, fellas. I might have helped you, but the chase might not be worth it, all right? So I'll leave this video at that. Be careful what you decide to entertain, and these women might not be worth it, but hopefully this works out for you if you go ahead and try it. All right, you guys. Bye, you guys.